Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Tarot Talk Tuesday. Today, we're covering the Two of Pentacles. Before we get too far into this, let me say a thank you to our patrons on Patreon. Thank you, Linda and Sophia. If you would like to be a patron on Patreon, the funds go towards starting this Christo-Pagan church. If you would like to be part of that endeavor, link is provided down below. If you are trying to get something tangible for your money, physical, then you can hit up the eBay link down below. That does help support this channel. It keeps the lights on and whatnot. If you do not have the funds to be able to support this channel, but would like to support in other ways, you can hit the subscribe button right there. You can hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever new videos come out. You can hit the like or dislike buttons. Doesn't matter to me. It all appeases the algorithmic gods of YouTube. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. If you have done all of that, hit up the comment section down below if you have anything to add or take away, or just have general questions about today's topic or in general. And if you have done all of that, you are fantastic. And if it is safe for you to do so, you can also share this on your social media platforms. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the Two of Pentacles. We brought up our pictorial key of the tarot by A.E. Waite, which reads, a young man in act of dancing. See, I don't see this as the act of dancing, but okay. As a pentacle in either hand, and they are joined by that endless cord, which is like the number 8 reversed. What? No, that's the the eternity symbol. I can't remember what it's called specifically, but that's the symbol for eternity. What are you doing, A.E. Waite? Anyway, divinatory meanings. On the one hand, it is represented as a card of gaiety. That's an unusual word. Recreation and its connections spelled oddly, which is the subject of the design. Okay, if I have anybody watching from the UK, is that how you spell connections in the UK? I've not seen it spelled that way. Maybe it's just a variation. Anyway, but it is read also as news and messages in writing, as obstacles, agitation, trouble, embroilment. No. Reversed. Enforcegate, simulated enjoyment, literal sense, handwriting, composition, letters of exchange. Yeah, I don't agree with A.E. Waite on this. I know, like, whoops, wrong one. I know that, A.E. Waite, you literally wrote the book on the tarot and whatnot. However, I disagree with what your meanings are for this card and for a lot of cards, let's be honest, versus what we have as definitions in today's realm. Anyway, so let's look at the Two of Pentacles here. We have this guy that's supposedly, according to A.E. Waite, dancing. However, I think he's just standing on one foot. Does not appear to be dancing. Does not seem to be any enjoyment or merriment in the act of moving the body. So, whoops. So I would not consider this dancing per se. I do see this as juggling, and he's juggling these two pentacles, and it seems to make the symbol for eternity. Do note that he is standing on one foot, denoting balance, and the twos for me are very much about balancing and having that balancing act. We even see in the background the ships on the oceans, how one is going down and the other one is coming up, a sort of balance. So if you are caught up on what the meaning of this card is, just think balance. And whenever you think of this card, also think of money, because the pentacles are about money, finances. Your job related endeavors and whatnot, roles and responsibilities, stuff like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this a little bit deeper with some things here. For one, this means that you are juggling your priorities, roles, and responsibilities. You are doing an excellent job of balancing these different priorities. The line between coping with these demands and losing control is thin, and to manage your time, energy, and resources carefully, um, you need to do so in order to not lose balance. Again, this is all about balancing all of those things all at once. Sometimes in life, we have situations where things get kind of out of balance, but this one in its upright form is saying, hey, you're keeping things pretty well balanced. You're juggling things. You have a lot of balls in the air, balls, and you are doing quite well at this. uh, just be careful whenever you're in this type of situation, whenever you have too many things going on, that it is easier to lose balance and lose perspective of what you're doing with one particular thing versus another. We'll get into that in a minute. This often appears when you are busy rushing from one thing to the next with little downtime in between. Again, that sense of having a good balance within your life. Sometimes taking a break is the most productive thing that you can do. Absolutely. Um, and I want to just say that there is something to be said for times of um, respite, times of reflection, times whenever you have to step back to say, hey, I need a break. I've done that here on my channel. I've done that in my personal life with work and eBay and YouTube videos. I've taken time here and there to just say, hey, I need a break. I need to mentally decompress and say, it is time to stop everything for a minute and just take time that I need for myself. And this is an important thing for everybody to do whenever it is absolutely needed. Some of us are the type that want to go, 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 and that's not always healthy. This also can note, if it comes up in a reading, that you're getting caught up in the day-to-day demands and losing sight of the bigger picture. Again, juggling things, and you end up losing the perspective of one thing over another. You may be focusing in on one little aspect of something greater that you are trying to achieve. This card invites you to manage your time and your priorities carefully, to stay focused and productive. Basic time management is crucial to your ability to juggle these various priorities and keep your head above water. So again, we have that aspect of balancing and keeping things all up in the air. Now, whenever this comes in the reversed, this warns you to that you are overcommitted at times and struggling to maintain your overloaded schedule or stay on top of your bills. Again, we go back to the talk of this being about finances and financial responsibility, or basic worldly responsibilities and priorities that you have in day-to-day life. This is the warning that you may not be managing everything in the way that you think you are, or that it is something that may come in the future, that something might be out of balance, and that you just need to sit there and recalibrate what you're doing in your day-to-day life. This is not something that is horrible. This is not a dark omen in your life. This is something that warns you that, hey, you might want to rethink how you strategize your day-to-day life. If you have the capability to do so, put your bills on auto pay so it automatically takes it out of your bank account, something like that, so you don't miss anything or get late fees or anything like that. This calls us to get organized, to bring more structure to your responsibilities through budgets, to-do lists, forward planning, or a diary and effective time management. You are over investing in one area of your life at the expense of others as well. So this is that you are out of balance. You are focusing on one thing and not focusing on another. This would be like sometimes in my day-to-day life, I focus more on YouTube than I do on eBay, and I might focus more on one aspect of what I do at work and not on YouTube, or I focus more on eBay than on YouTube, or any of those things. Right now I have a hellacious puzzle going on that I'm making on our kitchen table, and yeah, I'm a little focused on that because I'm this close to finishing, and yeah, I want to get it done before I go down to Wichita for this wedding that I'm going to. So yeah, there are certain things that can kind of get our focus a little bit more than some of the other things that actually need it. So whenever those things come up, you need to just say to yourself, hey, right now I need to stop what I'm doing on this. And I need to recalibrate. I need to go and do this thing. Like I had my my YouTube stuff planned. I said, you know what? Here's what I'm going to be talking about. Here's, the things that I need to say and all that. I had it in, a note form. And I've been sitting at the at the kitchen table doing my puzzle and everything. And I had to say to myself, you know what? I have to do this. And yeah, I want to get these videos done and recorded so that I don't have to worry about them whenever I'm traveling. Stuff like that, where you have to draw a hard line with yourself of this is what is important, not this. So sometimes we have things in our life that multiple things are important, and you have to decide is, excuse me, I have a froggy throat. Sometimes in life we have to say, this is more important right now, what I'm doing here, because it is more time sensitive. I need to do this before I do that. And having that plan of attack, or those planning, those plans in a to-do list are beneficial. So sometimes stepping back, taking a different view on things is what is needed. This calls us to reassess our priorities, goals, and decide where you want to spend your time and energy. So, like I've already said, and that's the end of my notes there. So, yes, overall, this is a good card to come up in the upright version. Not so great in the reversed version. However, if it does come up in the reverse position, it's not the end of the world. These are things that are evocative of, hey, this is what I need to do in my life to make sure that I am taking care of the things that need to be taken care of within the physical realm, within what I have as priorities or responsibilities, whatnot. So not a terrible card to come up in a reading. It is a card of warning in those aspects, though, in the reverse. In the upright, fantastic card to come up in a reading. And sometimes whenever you're doing a reading, you can, if this comes up in reverse, you can see how one thing reflects to another, or one thing leads to another, where it will eventually make this card here come up in the upright. So oftentimes whenever I do a reading, especially if I do the tarot tableau reading, I will give advice to the person I'm giving a reading to and say, if you want this to come up in the upright rather than in the reverse, this would be my suggestion. And that seems to be pretty helpful whenever I do those types of readings, to have that type of insight, especially whenever I don't know your specific scenario and how everything works within your life. So some things to keep in mind whenever you are getting a reading from somebody else rather than giving yourself a reading. Sometimes whenever we give ourselves a reading, we get a little bit how can I say it? We get a little bit jaded with the way we look at things, or we look at things through the rose-colored glasses rather than with the brute honesty that we actually need to see things. So that's all that I have for today, the Tarot Talk Tuesday. Join me on Thursday for our Table Talk Thursday. And until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye bye.